a couple
So,
of superstars in
dann sind
their
wir
own
wieder.
right. Love to see some of these legacy players up on the stage for the future world tournaments.
Yeah,
G2 direkt als erstes. Wer ist schon eigentlich in Pool 1? Daumen, Top, eSports, G2 und Team Solo mit.
G2, the first team polled straight out of the LEC. Obviously the #1 seed for the region are runners-up in the World Championship last year. And Kobe, with no FPX in the tournament, they are the highest-seeded returning team from last year's World Finals.
Yeah, their kryptonite is not here. However, the LPL have sent a bunch of other extremely strong teams. And for G2, they definitely did struggle a bit in the regular season, especially the bottom lane for sure. Everybody was looking at for some improvements. I still think Caps is going to be an incredible force, and you know, Perks has definitely stepped it back up recently towards playoffs. G2,
Welche Gruppe wäre denn hier jetzt am besten? Oh, Fnatic ist in Pool 2, das wäre heftig. Ja, jetzt wird erstmal komplett Pool 1 durchgepickt, okay. Daumen, oder? Ja. Also ich hoffe nicht auf den Gen G, ehrlich gesagt, als dritte Ding und nicht auf den JD Gaming, weil das wäre ekelhaft für G2. FlyQuest wäre geil.
Yeah, they 3-0'd their finals in pretty dominant fashion up against the second seed DRX from the LCK. So this is without a doubt one of the teams to be feared, even while so much focus has been on the LPL as a region leading into this tournament.
Yeah, Daumen, not just the finals, but they dominated the region pretty heavily. They've also been so flexible. I think it's one of the super scary things to
Daumen hat ein richtig starkes Ding gespielt. Korea.
They really have, you know,
sind auch Mitfavoriten, sage ich, für die Titel.
Some of the individual players have just been spectacular.
Okay, that was a sick Volibear shot. I mean, the Elder Dragon finish on the end of the ult.
LCK Observers top tier.
Woo! All right, give me some of that at Worlds, baby. All right, let's look for our third team here. Only one of two options. Of course, nothing really gets super interesting until we make it to Pool 2 and we see which of these teams are getting paired up against each other. But we got to get through the business.
TSM, Team Solo mit.
Oh no, TSM. I got baited by a Sting Red.
Yeah.
TSM from North America, #1 seed. We'll go straight into group number 3. What a turnaround this team had here in North America in the summer split towards the end and into the postseason.
Yeah, it definitely has been.
Es ist eine schlechte Saison am Anfang gespielt, am Ende holen sie es halt tatsächlich gegen FlyQuest im Finale. Es war auch immer viel zu knapp, also die müssen auf jeden Fall eine Schippe drauflegen. Ah, das Game.
They adapted the best of all of the North American teams, you know, playing carry junglers, playing carry topside for themselves, showing a lot of different looks actually, and everybody as well is going to be attracted to the River Shen that got a lot of hype from Spica specifically, but there you see us well on your screen. Broken Blade playing a lot of the Lucian for themselves. They try and play very aggressive League of Legends.
So, und das letzte
Freak,
ist
I think
Top
something that can't be
eSports.
ignored when we talk about TSM though is their storied international history. Not always the best of finishes.
Die Frage ist, können überhaupt die gleiche Liga reinkommen?
They have made it out of groups
Oder wird die dann eine Gruppe weiter
2014
geschoben?
Worlds, where they then lost to Samsung White in the quarterfinals. Otherwise, they either got auto-seeded in the quarters or they failed to make it out. Meanwhile, speaking of teams that are not failing, Top Esports, the winners from the LPL, I am so keen on them. Their mid laner, Knight, is incredible. I am very much about this team.
Yeah, I think most people are going to have Top Esports coming in as a heavy favorite. Obviously, yes, Knight has you know, a lot going with him in the mid lane, as a lot of people are even shouting him out as being the best mid laner in the world right now. Karsa, I think, really deserves so much credit though for this team. He plays so selflessly, so much for his lanes, setting up the team that it really allows them to fire on all areas of the map. Jackie Love plays aggressively, 369 plays aggressively, and it all comes together because they have so much individual talent.
Kann ich leider nicht viel dazu
Karsa
sagen
has
zu
been
dem.
a world-class player for some time now, but it's so amazing to finally see him in a position where that ability might be fully realized on the international stage, and we might actually get to see him go deep into this year's Worlds tournament. MLXG now moving up to center stage to start working on those Pool 2 teams. This is where my blood starts to pump.
Yep. I'm so glad we still get to see MLXG at competitions. Possibly most exciting and my favorite jungler of all time.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, gut, einfach für G2.
Suning comes through as G2 Esports is Pool 2 team here over Group A, unless there's something I'm not seeing.
No, I think you're correct. That should be right.
All right, are you guys lovers of Knight's Vow? Because SOFM is. This guy loves Knight's Vow and tank builds for junglers, you know, Warmonger Spirit missions more than any other player I have ever seen. Plays tank Lee Sin, plays tank Olaf. He's definitely one of the defining pieces of the team and how they like to play. I'd also like to say that been well situated to be that carry top player for the team. If that does continue to be the world's meta, people are going to recognize Sword Art there from the Flash Wolves, playmaking support for themselves. Huang Feng has also been playing a bunch of Jhin, which I think is going to be very relevant for the coming AD carry meta.
First of the Pool 2 teams, there you have it, confirmed. Freak, slotted into G2's group, is the 3rd seed from the LPL.
All right, well, only a couple options left for, a pull-in for Daumen. Could be Fnatic, could be JD Gaming.
Looks like a G there at the end, so I'm pretty sure it's...
Kobe's calling it, JD Gaming. Okay. This is a terrifying squad as well, though, when we talk about teams that could really cause some danger here in the tournament.
JD Gaming, to me, I mean, are maybe the scariest team to come out of the LPL, actually. Like, if you really want to just look at, like, spring and summer playoffs right there, I mean, they went 3-2 against Top Esports in the spring finals winning, and then 3-2 against Top Esports in the summer finals just barely losing. Like, these teams are close in overall power. These guys, second place regular season, both spring and summer. Very, very good squad. Huge favorite for me for Worlds as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Kanavi for sure. Kanavi and Zoom. LV Mao, I think, probably, maybe even the best support showing up. There's just so much going with this team. They play so well together. Their macro is going to surprise a lot of people that are used to the kind of old box that people put LPL teams into. This is definitely a team with huge synergy.
So, TSM, dürfen sie nochmal gegen... Ah ne, Flyke ist der 3. Pool. Dürfen sie gegen Fnatic oder gegen DRX?
The only way you get that is if you do not pull Fnatic, otherwise it precludes it. And I know a lot of people want the TSM Rogue.
Ist nicht Fnatic.
Let's see what we get.
Doch! Oh!
That's Fnatic. It's the purple and yellow. So unfortunately, if Freak's assumptions are correct, we won't get that rogue group. But Fnatic gonna get slotted in.
Still fun,
That's an exciting one. Yeah, very much so.
I mean, these are the
das
most popular North American and European teams, I believe, in the same group. Regardless, Fnatic are an awesome team.
Boah, das wird ein geiles Spiel, TSM
I mean,
Fnatic.
Selfmade is such a great jungler. He's really, 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 really good. Hillsong, I think, is an excellent support as well. Very aggressive, gets in there a whole lot of the time, plays the pike. I love to see it as well. I'm a Fnatic fan. I think they are a very good team, and I want to see what they can do here.
Yeah, with Worlds being in China, I think, Hillsong, Whippo, as well as Selfmade are all going to fit right into that style. We've seen it in their solo queue already. Selfmade, being this carry jungler, has really defined this kind of new age for Fnatic. And we do get to see some Reckless play with Double Lift as well.
Exactly. Reckless Whippo returning to Worlds after a finals berth a couple years ago. And just to round things out here in Pool 2, DRX is pulled. Again, the 2nd seed from the LCK. So going into the final group with Top Esports, I don't want to be drawn into that group if I'm a Pool 3 team.
Yeah, that is scary.
That is a terrifying group.
You've got Daumen, JD Gaming, and Top Esports DRX as 2 of the groups here. Like those are beastly, very strong groups, very scary. Here, DRX are excellent. So many good players in the team.
Yeah, I definitely with their bottom lane struggling a little bit recently. I know they talked about, definitely having some back problems. It is kind of, sad to see. I'm
Viel europäisch, also heftig asiatische, zwei asiatische Gruppen auf jeden Fall. Mit Daumen, JD und Team Top Esports und TRX. So, FlyQuest jetzt noch in die erste Gruppe, komm schon.
Without a doubt, on to our pool 3 teams. MLXG still at the helm to round us out
ich habe
here.
nicht FlyQuest. Gen G, oder?
Left to be picked.
Rogue.
Rogue is selected. If I recall from memory, this would be going into the second group because G2 already occupies group number 1. But we will wait for verification because a whole bunch of smarter people with spreadsheets are behind the scenes making sure everything's playing out correctly. Before I misspeak, let's talk Rogue.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. They won the summer regular season. They qualified for Worlds, I think, first of all teams anywhere, because once they locked in the top regular season spot, they got in on championship points. I'm glad to see that they did get to play some playoff series. They won a best of 5. They took down Mad Lions. Unfortunately, getting through G2 is always very, very tough. But Rogue are exciting. They really came out swinging here in the summer split. Hansama has been grinding a ton of solo queue games. He's an excellent player overall. I'm a big fan of him. And he gets thrown into, I think, the hardest group of death. Damwon JD Gaming, that is the toughest group Rogue could have possibly gotten. And this is an uphill fight.
It certainly is going to be. I really think that Inspired and Larson have been so good for them, especially with Inspired starting to play some more carry junglers. Good luck. That is definitely a difficult group to fight your way out of.
Yeah, that's a salute to that one right there. MCX, right? My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. Yeah. Machi coming in
ganz
here.
Einfache
So that
Gruppe,
should,
ganz einfach.
I assume, go straight into Group A. As they're the only representative from the PCS here in the main stage. Of course, PSG was drawn into the play-in stage earlier as the second seed.
They might get forced out. We'll have to wait to see. Regardless, though, this is a kind of team that if you're saying, hey, early read coming in is this is a team you want to see.
Schade, ich hätte gern FlyQuest gegen G2 gesehen.
Though, a very competitive team here, and I don't know, people tend to sleep.
FlyQuest muss jetzt in die andere kranke Gruppe, Alter.
Yeah, they have a bunch of players.
Und dann kommt zu Alter, Gen G kommt zu TSM und Fnatic die SKT1 rausgeworfen haben.
Yeah, so they go into Group 1 alongside Suning and G2. Only 2 teams left to be pulled here. Groups C and D remain as the options. MLXG with the poll. It's FlyQuest from North America, so that should go straight into Group D, I believe.
Yeah, nowhere
else to my go. Lord, what we didn't want, but we got it. Oh no, North America.
That's a tough one. This is the other big group of Top Esports and DRX, their actual name this time around. This is a tough road. Power People, though, and Ignar back together again on the world stage. You saw them nearly do the impossible against SKT back on Misfits. They've now got to do it here in a tough group stage against the LPL champions and the LCK runner-up. But possible, of course. Solo his first time at Worlds. This was very nearly an LCS championship roster, bringing it all the way to Game 5 against TSM.
Yep, Santorin's been great for the team. Definitely one of the best junglers in the entire league.
So, Gen Judas gegen TSM und Fnatic.
Returning together to the world stage.
I mean, I gotta be honest. I love this FlyQuest team. I love this FlyQuest team, and I really do hope for their success. And if I'll say anything about their chances, it's that this is a team that I think has been counted out more times than is deserved. At least in this most recent year, being our only team to go back-to-back finals in North America. So. Don't sleep on that team, but of course they got their work cut out for them as we see Gen G drawn as our final team, the LCK number 3, which will go into Group C alongside TSM as the number 1 seed from North America.
Yeah, things get more difficult for Double Lift. I think that Gen G have the best bottom lane in the LCK, and one of the best bottom lanes at the entire tournament.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroying people. I think Ruler is in top form right now, especially.
Yep. World champion Ruler, he is a man to behold. I mean, I'm an AD carry player. Ruler is just so good. I mean, look, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Also, I want to point out in this group, this is the only group that LGD from the LPL can be drawn into. Since there are 4 LPL teams, there's only 1 spot to go. That's going to be interesting to watch for as well, of course, because that rounds this group out as very competitive. You have the LCS number 1, the LEC number 2, the LCK number 3.
Muss ich auch sagen, komplett kranke Botlane-Gruppe, wenn man sich TSM, Fnatic und Gen G anguckt. G2 hat relativ viel Glück gehabt jetzt mit der Gruppe, muss ich sagen. Die haben jetzt nicht so einen krassen Gegner. Jetzt wollte ich gerade mal, dass sie die Gruppe nochmal zeigen, damit wir da mal ganz schnell durchgehen können. Komm schon, zeigt sie nochmal. Da oben sind sie nochmal. So, da haben wir G2, Sunny und MCK. Ja, das ist also nochmal, was ich sagen wollte, ist, dass G2, Sunny und MCK eine relativ einfache Gruppe ist für G2. Meines Erachtens ja. Bei Gruppe B hat Rogue eigentlich so gut wie gar keine Chance gegen Daumen Gaming und JDG, Entschuldigung. Also durch JD Gaming natürlich. Weil wir haben hier einfach China Platz 2 und Korea Platz 1. Da macht Rogue wahrscheinlich gar nichts, weil Damwon gehört auch zu den Top-Favoriten dieses Jahr. Dann haben wir TSM, Fnatic, komplett krank gespielt, das wird übelst krank. Und dann noch Gen G drin, die eigentlich auch für mich zu einem großen Favoritenkreis dieses Jahr wieder dazugehören, dadurch, dass jetzt die Botlane so in Fahrt ist und die auch SKT1 rausgehauen haben. Ja, also komplett kranke Gruppe und hier wird FlyQuest wahrscheinlich auch vielleicht mehr Chancen als Rogue haben, aber ich glaube nicht, dass sie da hier Großes machen können. Vielleicht mit Glück den 2. Platz. Aber das wäre es dann eigentlich schon, weil ja, also ich denke mal G2, Sunny weiter, Damwon Gaming, JDG ganz klar. Hier denke ich auf Fnatic Gen G. Ich glaube nicht, dass TSM hier leider eine Chance hat. Ich hoffe es, aber ich glaube es nicht. Und hier glaube ich auch, dass FlyQuest nicht so die Chance hat. Aber ich denke mal, vielleicht als zweiter statt DRX. Aber das ist meine Dinge. Ich hoffe, euch hat es gefallen. Ich werde es wahrscheinlich in 2 Videos cutten und ein bisschen runterziehen, damit ihr da schneller die Auslösung seht. Danke fürs Zuschauen, haut rein und ciao.